Let's get it. Thursday, baby. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? For those of you tuning in, if you're tuning in, I trade NAS, gold, and once in a blue moon, Euro USD. This year, I created a system where it makes me follow my rules and alleviates emotions. So let's get it popping. Hopefully, this shows because last time it didn't show. So we check our pre-market checklist. Today is the 8th, and I go according to these things to check off before I move on to my strategy entry checklist. So basically pre-market, what I look for. News. Let's look at news. We have red folders at 2:30 a.m., which already happened. We got 8:30 unemployment claims, and we got tonight at 8:30 CPI. Did we review that? Yes. High time frame bias identified. Let's look at the charts, people. And we're going to check out. We're going to start with NAS and see what's going on with gold. See which one will be the better option for today. Yesterday was NAS or NQ. So here's the daily time frame. This was yesterday's candle. We targeted this gap in price, and it did so very nicely. Today we got a bit of a down movement. So Monday was bullish, Tuesday was bullish, and Wednesday was bullish, but it left an indecisive candle. We're gonna hop down to actually we're gonna go to gold and see what's going on with gold. Actually, let me delete these lines. I only mark this one on the daily because that will be a daily target for me if we decide to go there. Again, basically the opposite of NQ, and there is a a gap in price. Let me go back over to here. So basically we're still in an uptrend, but we did make this lower high. So it might want to come down, and as far as NQ, I didn't go over that, but it is still in the uptrend, but still kind of moving sideways, creating higher lows and lower highs at the same time. So we're kind of at that peak point on what is it going to do. So gold might be the better option for today. Let's drop down to the 4-hour. Let me go back to my checklist. High time frame identified. So we know that gold is still on the daily gold on NQ still in the uptrend, and gold looks like it's making a lower high but still in the uptrend. So today will be possibly short-term sales. Key levels marked up. All right, so let's start marking up our key levels on gold. So we drop down to the 4-hour. This was a level for me. Was it on the 1 hour or 4-hour? Yeah, it was a 1-hour level. 4-hour. Basically had low, lower, high, lower, low. Equal lower highs. Then we made this higher low. And then for me, all this is just one upward movement. So that's a new high. It did break this small little area right here, which could be considered a higher low. So let's just mark that up with the 4-hour green. I use green for the 4 hour and orange for the 1 hour and red for the daily. I'm tired, y'all. Work kicking me in the rear end. But that's why we're on these charts, because we want to get to the point where we don't have to work a job. Drop down to the 1 hour. 1 hour, you can see it kind of a little bit more clear. Higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Equal higher low, lower high, equal lower low, equal lower high, and then it finally breaks. So here, this area is a strong area. So the 4 hour and the 1 hour break align. So we have our indication here, right? Because it broke structure here, indication. Now we'll wait for that correction. If it gives us that correction, and then the ultimate target is this gap here. We start at the week open. So I got this here because that's the ultimate target. If it does retrace, because remember on the higher time frame, this is the daily time frame. This is a lower high. So it could be just pulling back to go up more, or pulling back to break structure and then start a new trend. All right. Let's do the same thing for NQ real quick. So NQ, let me erase all this. We get a better understanding. Oh, NQ yesterday was. Let's do a quick review of yesterday's trade. Yesterday, we had this as our indication. This was our correction, so we're looking for a breaker structure so we can target this area on the higher time frame. Drop down to the 515 is where I entered, and so correct it down to the original indication. Now we started to see structure break. Broke this high right here, made a higher low, equal high, a little bit of a higher low, then broke structure again. So two breaker structures gave me the sign. Even though I only need one, when it comes to my rules, I only need a higher high and a higher low when it comes to buying and a breaker structure. But we got two of them, so two of them hit. 9:30 candle. I entered early for once. Entered here on this candle right here. That was right here. And we were targeting for 1 or 2, but I'm trying to become more of a. Last year I was a scalp, focused on scalping, so I'm trying to hold my trades longer. But I end up getting out around over here. Made a quick 300 and could have got a 1-4 if I held on to them. But that's that yesterday. That's bygones. Erase all this. Go back to the 1 hour. So that was yesterday's trade. Now today, move this out the way real quick. Go back to the 4 hour. So we have some support here. Price hasn't broken it yet. I mean, it wicked down past it, but it hasn't really broken it. So we're waiting to see if it wants to continue up, especially on the 4 hour, because it did make an indication. This will be the correction. So we hop down to the 1 hour, same indication, correction. It did kind of break that low, but on the 4 hours a wick. Going on to the 5 minute. We do see break of structure happening. So this is all the correction. Now we're getting breaks of structure right here. I don't know, NQ looking decent, but we already hit a target and it didn't go past the ultimate high. Let me go back to the daily. Didn't break that high. Oh. Yeah, I'm hesitating because it kind of broke the downside to the downside. But anywho, key levels marked up on both. Yes, liquidity zones identified. And for me, it's just my target areas. We can go back to the charts. So with this one, and again, it'll be this area to break this high. We can mark that up. I'm gonna break these highs, my target area. 4 hour. Look like it's holding up on the 4 hour. And then as far as gold, liquidity area, like here, for me is here, this gap is my target area. And you see we did that indication, we did a correction, we're waiting for the correction. So we'll keep an eye on both. Keep an eye on both. I'm kind of thinking on the 4 hour, this is just a retracement now, correction, I should say. We'll see. New York session context clear. So for NQ, I would say NQ is a little bit more clear than gold. They're both still technically an uptrend. All right. But I think gold is doing a retracement and potentially making a new one also. We shall see. But as far as NQ, it's still an uptrend, which is mainly an indication in the correction. So we'll say yes. All you gotta do is say yes. And for our $2,000 account, risk would be defined. So if we go to NQ, we know we're risking 200 to gain 4 almost. We already broke structure here. Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. Stop here. This time ain't too far away. That's NQ, but yeah, we're risking 10%, so in an emotional state, I'm chill. I'm not worried. We got 3 wins in a row. It was telling me to go because none of these are news. Now I can move to my strategy entry checklist. And for NQ, we'll be looking for buys. Gold. I think we might focus on NQ today. Because gold hasn't done a correction yet. NQ has done a correction. And we're looking for continuation. So we'll focus on gold. NQ. Looking for buys. The price made a clear indication on the 1 hour time frame in the direction of a higher time frame order flow. So we go to NQ. It did make a clear indication. Right? More, I guess. And all these steps are steps to let you know if it's a high probability trade and or if you're allowed to trade or not. So if 2 of these are no, it's a no trade. If 1 is a no, it's a low probability. Did price make a correction back to the original indication? Yes, it did. Price made a correction back and beyond original indication. Oh, oops, didn't go there. So yes, if we're buying, which we are, did price make a higher high and a higher low? And for me, that's on a higher time. On the lower time frame. But there's always a but. But so it's time to make that correction going back above. So today we most definitely will wait till the market opens to see what we get, because it did break this low to the downside, which could be a new indication. Right, this could be a break, new indication, but it did it slightly. It did it slightly. So we're gonna say wait for the 930 candle, but yeah, that's the rule number 4. Did price make a higher high and higher low? Yes, it did. 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 15. Kind of higher low. Makes a higher high. It's back. Once it crosses the original indication, then as you can see, buyers have control here. Over this orange line and green line, buyers have control. So to enter beyond this line, we do know buyers have control. Under this line, sellers have control. Sellers have control. So we gon' see y'all. We gon' see y'all. Gonna see y'all. We gon' see y'all. We gon' see y'all. We gon' see y'all. That's not it. That's not it. So that's down 15. 5 is pretty much the same thing. And so if that checks out, Here's your risk and target defined. And we can do that right now. We already did it. Yes. Do you feel comfortable taking this trade? To be honest with y'all, it's a little fogginess. The only reason why I say that is because it broke this low. It's a little fogginess. Have a look at all of my time frames. Let's go. I just need more time. Cause I'm not sold on this. I like to see the correction here. Now what it might do is break this low. And give us correction. But today, because right now, that'd be the new low, the lower high. But it's doing all that wick action, kind of like it did here. So I want to see a clear drop right here, like it did here. I want to see that here. And then we can mark it, keep this as our boom indication correction. That makes sense, right? So here, clear indication, past the support level. Here, I want to see a clear indication, come back up, and then we look for a trade. So we're going to hold off on gold. We're going to see what this does on market open. Because I can't say that I'm 100% comfortable with this right now. So right now it's giving me, if I say no, it will be a low probability trade. Just because I'm not comfortable taking that one. Even though most of the rules align, that one little, what the heck? Oh, here we go. We got glitch action going. We got some glitch action. So we're going to wait for more information. We will wait for more information. Because this reminds me of this right here. So you see, this is a, clear all this out. Beginning of the week. What's this? Monday. So before Monday, the Friday before, we have a, let's use the brush. We have a lower high, lower low. Then Friday, price takes out this high right here. So we use a different color. Oops. Different color. Takes out the high and it takes out the low. So actually we'll do it like this. I don't know, y'all. I get real picky sometimes with these chart markups. So it takes out this black, that lower high, and it takes out that low, right? So when it takes off both of the high and the low, you kind of just want to pause and get more information because this could have been an indication for it to correct and then come back down, but it didn't do so. This could have been an indication for it to go up, correct, and then go back up, which it did. So same scenario here. We have a higher high here, higher low here, took out the high and it took out the low. It's Thursday. We got news, or news already happened. 8:30. We got news tonight at 8:30. So just like the beginning of the week, it did the same thing. So I want to wait to see what it's going to do so I feel more comfortable and confident to take this trade. So if you look at it from the 15, this correction, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, it's kind of just equal high. So I would kind of want this to break first, then give us, give us another break instruction. Really, this is all just one low, and this is a lower high, a higher low. It's an equal high for me. It's an equal lower high for me. I'm not convinced on that one. But it did break some type of structure. So 9:30 in 3 minutes, we shall see. We shall see. Stand up. Let me stand up. Good week, good trading, y'all. Good one thing. Trading is easy when you got a clear excuse me, clear order flow. You can see these clear higher lows and higher highs, higher low, higher high. You can see these clearly. When market does that, it helps trading tremendously. It start to get a little choppy, and you're like, hold on. Come back to the daily. On the daily, just made equal high right here. And I'm kind of just waiting for it to give some type of breakout for real, for real. And same volume, future references, cap and price. Got one here. Got one here. So if the market decides to come down, we have a target. Especially below a low. Yep. And this gap was above a high. Yep. Let's see, it's 9:30. Let's see what they want to do. What they want to do? The heat got cold. Let's see if we got in. Originally, I had to stop below these lows. So it would have either hit already. This is why I don't like entering in as soon as market opens because it be doing crazy stuff. So yeah, if we would have entered, set our stop below these lows, we would have been taken out already, right? And taking out, and what these can do is take out these lows, take out liquidity below these lows, and then head on back up. So I want to see a break here. Take a indication on lower time frame, come back down, and then give us a move up. All because, again, on the 1 hour, took out this high, price took out this high, and price took out this low. So now if price goes, gives us this indication here, price sweeps past this, now I know I got more confirmation for price to go lower. And the 4 hour, that's a swing low, so yeah, it can go lower. We don't need to train every day, so I ain't got cold outside. Turn the heat on, man. Real stuff. Like 3 minutes in. Shoot. Go back up. This was the original indication. I say if it didn't take out this low, say it price stopped like right around here and then started to break structure, I would have felt way more confident. But seeing how it took out a high and it took out a low, yeah, we gonna pause. We gonna pause. So for this, do you feel comfortable taking the trade? No, I didn't. It's low probability. It let me know. No, it's a no-go. Well, you could trade, but it's a low probability. But for me, nope, I didn't feel comfortable. Even though I met all the rules, when it does that, pay attention to that because I see that a lot. I see that a lot. Higher time frames and lower time frames. So here, it might be giving us our 1 hour indication on the 4 hour. Indication would be bodies, 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 bodies. All right. So what it did, price went up to this daily high time. The higher time frame target here, snatched all that up, and now it's doing some retracement action. Now I do see a little gap in price here. That weak opening gap. Sunday. So that's what it could be targeting. Could just be targeting these lows. But what we want to see is a stronger indication going lower. Because it could just still be wicking and then go up. Just like here. Did the same thing. Kind of broke, wicked out, wick. Still went up a little bit. It didn't give a clear indication until Wednesday evening. Now we got a retracement coming up. All right. Now we got a retracement coming up. Indication on the 1 hour. This is a gold correction. A target could be this low right here, this gap in price right here, ultimate here. So it's only 9:30. Gold is doing this correction thing. Hopefully it goes all the way back up. Goes up in here. Now if it breaks structure here, but it has to come up here first, right? Pause. We're gonna give you a little more time to breathe. You can see Nazi. She decided she wanted to drop like a bat out of hell. But is it just a wick? Will it continue on down? Will it continue on down? Sorry, I gotta check. Sometimes this thing be acting up. Well, you can see how when you say things out loud, because for me, back then, I used to just keep this all in my head. But when you say it out loud, it kind of clears things up for you. Because the old me would have saw this break structure, market open, high down to the 1, like, oh, it's breaking structure. It already went to the indication, original indication, correction. Now it's breaking structure going up. But, that's why I look at the higher time frames, like even just the 1 hour. You can see, like, okay, it broke to the upside, but it also broke to the downside. So now that's telling me indecisiveness. Now it's breaking to the downside. Now we're getting that clear indication to the downside. And then if tomorrow presents itself for a sale, then we can do it. I don't think it's going to do it today. It might do it tonight. Because we got CPI at 8:30. And then back to gold. Slow motion. We're going to mark up clear indication. Indication, aka break a structure. Going for the correction. Here we have kind of still not breaking it. But we're only 10 minutes in, so get rid of that because that support is getting weak. Weak. There you go. There you go. And so if this is a clear indication, on the 1 hour, we now create the lower high. And so we need the lower low, right? Just like my entry, I need a breaker structure, lower high, and lower low entry for sales, right? For sales, even on the 1 hour. Still, did you price make a lower high and a lower low? Lower low and lower high. You come here on the 1 hour, price already made a lower high. It makes that lower low. You look for that correction, hop on the top 5 minute time, 15, 5 minute time frame, and you look for that same breaker structure to the downside. Bruh. Shout out to trades by side, bro. It just really makes sense now. It's been there all along. Been there all along. Because really, you just buying low and selling high. I mean, yeah. Yeah, buying low and selling high. Here, buy low. Up. Here, sell high. Down. So I'm going to put this market here. If you look to the left, you can see sellers have control. Sellers have control. So we're in that area where sellers have control. Until it gets to this area where buyers have control. See all this along the way. Sellers, sellers, sellers. Sellers. Draw the little line. Sellers have control, sellers have control, sellers have control. Sellers have control. Sellers have control. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. Lower high. Lower high. Lower high. Bam. Bam. Melt down. Melt down. Melt down. Melt down. Melt down. Melt down. Get a meltdown. So now we have a new clear indication. Clear meltdown. Right? Even on the 4 hour. It's for support here. Now it boom, breaking that support. Breaking that support. Breaking that support. And then you see this area right here. It might just go ham today. Without us. It might just go ham today. Without us. We'll make that green. This is the target. Man, is gold pushing like that? No, gold is not pushing like that. Pushing it. Pushing it. God dang. Yeah. Eesh. The old me would have been like, man, I need to get a part of this. Entering in, fear of missing out, FOMO. Oh, and it goes back to my checklist. I'm trying to tell y'all this the move. You have to treat this game like a business, bro. In a business, you document your profits, your losses, all your expenses, so on and so forth. So when in trading, you have to do the same exact thing. To document your wins, your losses, and everything in between. So that's why I created this. This lets me know, Jermaine, don't trade today. Jermaine, trade today. There's no emotion involved. That's why I had this as the last question. Do you feel comfortable taking this trade? And I told y'all, no, I don't, because of why. This high. And it's low. Price took out the high and price took out the low. So now we wait. Now we got some clear indication action. Price wants to temporarily go down. Or continue to go down to this gap in price right here. On the 4 hour, got the gap. On the 1 hour, you got the gap. And you can't see the gap here, but it's the gap here. Because it got up action, and in between that, there's no down action. Shout out to ICT for bringing that to my attention, because it really does help with my target when I take profits. And so now we got some clear indication action. So I'm expecting price to continue to go down. Do we get in now? No, we don't. We do not get in, because this is just our indication. We need some type of correction. And yeah, that's it. So we got some correction action going on here. Drop down to 15. Price is coming back up. Let me delete this. There's confusion. Support. And then it finally broke it. Now I'm looking for that correction. And then for here, our nearest target will be this low and or this cap in price. Yeah, one on the daily too. This is the nearest one. Alright, so it looks like it's going to be no trade day for both Nasdaq and gold. So let's just take a look at I can low probability versus a no trade. You know you could. Low to no. No trade day for NQ. Depending on what time. Like if 10 o'clock comes here and starts breaking structure, I potentially will enter. gold look like it wants to sell, and NQ look like it wants to sell off. All right, let's look at euro. OG. OG. Delete this right quick. Delete this right quick. Keep that. All right. Go high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, break. So now we got the indication on the daily. Out, down on the indication on the daily, and then we got this gap here that is already tagged. And we got a gap right below this low. Targets. Up on that 4 hour. We see clear break. Indication on the 4 hour. Break. Correction. Now it's continuation. So now we're making a new indication on the 1 hour. We got an indication here that it wants to go down. Mark that up in orange. Boom. And now, the ultimate goal is here. We already filled this gap right here. So the ultimate goal, indication, correction. So Friday might give us some, or not, or overnight, because we do have that 8:30 CPI, so that might do something crazy. And then Friday, always at 8:30 and 10. All right, so looks like there'll be no trade day unless we get a correction and a break. But I don't think gold's gonna do that. It's been moving kind of slow lately. We already looked at euro. Let's look at GBP USD. Clear all these lines. Go to the daily. Daily did kind of the same thing as euro did. Start making an indication to the downside. 4 hour. Here. Here, see, would have been some confusion here. At a lower low, higher low, higher high, and then just comes right back down and look like it's gonna take out this low. Now I'm gonna stay away from US 30 daily. Be similar to NQ as far as the uptrend. Here, indication on the 1 hour, on the daily. Now it's making that correction. Bounced off the original indication kind of firmly, but on the 4 hour indication, kind of same thing as we saw today. NQ took out this, price took out this high, and then it kind of took out this low, right? So it's still not clear. US 500. daily, still in the uptrend. Higher low, higher high, slightly higher high. Go back to the daily. We got this gap here. 4 hour. Indication right here. If you want to see, this is a swing low. 1 hour. Yeah, stuff starting not clear. Not as clear. Not clear, so we'll move on. Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Eesh, Bitcoin wiki. It's a little wiki. How we did. 4 hour. Not as clear. 1 hour. 1 hour breaking. Indication, correction. Indication, semi-correction. Nothing there for me that is clear. The daily. Big power move up. Create this higher low. Now this higher high. Anything with this one. The 4 hour. 4 hour, we're starting to see stuff break down. So we're starting to see that correction from the daily. The 4 hour is a low, broke low. Alright. Broke to the downside. Boom, indication, correction. Boom, indication, waiting for that correction. The 1 hour. Same as the 4 hour indication. Alright. It's the last low, lower high. Now I'm making a lower low, waiting for correction. And then the dollar itself. The dollar. Early in the uptrend. Indication. Oh, that's the 1 hour. I'm bugging. Oopsie. Thought I was on the daily. Let's go to the daily. Lower, low, lower, high, lower, low. Then we made a new high. So we're in that daily break of structure. 4 hour. Same as the daily, basically. This is your equal lows, higher high, higher low. Now it's making it higher high, aka the indication. And then the 1 hour. Indication, we're waiting for that correction. Wait for that correction to buy up. That's it. Keep it simple. As is doing its thing. I think it might, dang, where it's going, it might just melt all the way straight to that. Straight up. No. That choppiness. Alright, so we're just gonna stay out today, y'all. That's it. That's all I have. This is what I go off of. It helps me eliminate emotions. Speaking out loud helps as well. So today is a no go. Peace.